Gentlemen, start your engines. Geese Racing League, you already know, yo.
Gives it back, gives it back, gives it so back, baby. Going Gen 4, getting real crazy. Throw it back, girl, throw it back. Rubber on the track and throw it back. Gives it back, girl, gives it back. Old school noise, but it hit like that. Gets hard, curl, gives it back. Old school noise, but it hit like that. Racing hardcore, chrome wheels, no mercy. Turning left and turn for a car, talking dirty. Draft so tight, feel the bumper kiss. One slip up and you gone, F5 dismissed. Monday night lights, whole grid unhinged. Setup's illegal now, just finally engineered. Old heads yelling, they don't race like this. Gen 4 screaming like it's 2006. Engines yelling louder than my group chat. Spotter yelling clear, then immediately stir. Fuel light blinking, heart rate crack. Pray to the sim gods, don't blink, don't lag. Gives it back, gives it so back, baby. Going Gen 4, getting real crazy. Throw it back, girl, throw it back. Loose in the rear, but I'm saving that. Gives it back, girl, gives it back. Vintage vibes with a model snap. Gives it back, girl, gives it back. Vintage vibes with a model snap. Racing hard, still can't spell telemetry. Broadcast clean, but the wreck's a felony. Chat popping off like popcorn grease. Who caused that whole lobby silent, please? Door to door, paint trading like Pokemon. Leader sweating bullets, I'm mirroring his line. Final lap, breathing like I ran a mile. One push the pass left, this my villain arc now. Yellow flag dreams, green flag nightmares. Restart stack tight like IKEA chairs. Someone jumped at someone spun. Race control said, nah, that one's fine. Run, gives it back. Gives it back, baby. Going Gen 4, getting real crazy. Throw it back, baby. Throw it back, girl. Throw it back. Tired, screaming, please relax. Gives it back, girl. Gives it back. Check the flag vibes, let me have it. Gives it back, girl. Gives it back. Flag vibes, let me have it. Final lap, give a little more. White flag waving, crowd want war. This bitch is at my door. It's P1 Gears Racing League, yeah, we already won.
Good evening, everyone. We've got points and stats coming to you up next. Looking high above in the meandyourmom.com blimp cam, getting ready for 134 laps at Atlanta Motor Speedway for race 3 of 25 for the Gears Cup Series. Cracker Barrel 200, sponsored by HB Media, coming up next. All right, Gears Nation, welcome back. We are rolling into race 3 of 25, and tonight we're headed to Atlanta Motor Speedway for the Cracker Barrel 200 presented by HB Media. Now, Cracker Barrel in Atlanta is a perfect combo because somebody is absolutely leaving here feeling like they just got served a hot plate of chaos with a side of what were you thinking? In Atlanta is fast, it's edgy, and it's the kind of place where your tires go from brand new to thoughts and prayers in about 8 laps. And speaking of HB Media presenting the show, shout out to us because we're going to need it tonight, not just for cameras and graphics, but for evidence. Because when Atlanta gets wild, folks don't say I made a mistake. They say my internet lagged, my wheel unplugged, the sun was in my eyes, or my personal favorite, he came down on me while they were the one driving like a shopping cart with one bad wheel. HB Media is going to have the footage locked and loaded like Enhance. Yep, that's 3 lanes of blocking and a prayer. If you do something questionable tonight, just know HB Media will replay it in 4K, slow motion, zoomed in with dramatic music like it's a true crime documentary. And make no mistake, the season is already shaping up to be a memorable one. Gen 4 vibes, big moments early, and the intensity is up because everyone knows points matters, momentum matters, and Atlanta can turn your whole season into we'll get them next week speech real fast. And I'm Horseboat, and I'm totally fired up to be on the call again because if we're going to watch 40-something drivers try to outbrave each other into turn one in Atlanta. I want a front row seat as usual and a full voice for the chaos. So buckle up for the Cracker Barrel 200, where the speeds are high, the patience is low, and the post-race excuses are going to be absolutely top tier. Again, you're going to be able to watch this tonight on YouTube or Twitch. TikTok being a pain in my ass. Again, if it's not one thing, it is another, but I digress. Let's get into this. And real quick, let's talk point standings after 2 races because the early season shuffle is already getting spicy. Eric Royce is on top with 282, up 1 spot, and he's got to win. That's the kind of start that makes the group chat real quiet. Connor Rowe drops a second with 251, 31 back, still right there, but he can't let that gap grow legs. Sage Greco is the big mover, up 3 to third with 223, trying to hang around around the front before this thing turns into a 2-man fight. Jonathan Militia also up 3 to fourth with 210, quietly stacking points like it's the long con. Bryce Hamrick holds strong in 5th with 207, steady, consistent, and absolutely dangerous. Then behind them, Kenny Lowry up to 6th. Colby Hogan up to 4th. Perrin Huggett slides back 4, but still tied on 187. Same points, but different mood. Nathan Fuller drops 5 to 9th with 184. And John Furness with the move of the week, up 5 to 10th with 178. It's early days yet, but you can already feel it. This season is going to be a banger. Bring it back in because we have about 2 minutes here before we get it going. Getting the points there. Giving you the top 10, giving you a taste. Mayor Mom 829, hello. Hopefully you are doing well over there. I feel like I'm still never getting rid of this cold, but you know what? Alcohol does a good remedy for tonight after the snowstorm here in Wisconsin. Doing pretty good here. Hopefully you guys are all right wherever you may be. I know there's wacky weather going on in March all over the United States. But again, hopefully you guys are having a good one. We are about less than 90 seconds away now from qualifying. Again, let's go back to the points here. You see Eric Royce and Connor Rowe 1 and 2. I see, that could be for much of this season. But there's a lot of guys that I think will come on here as the season goes on. Now, Martinsville is next week, so that will definitely be interesting to get into. But Eric Royce, a fantastic driver. Connor Rowe winning Daytona. Eric Royce winning last week at Rockingham. And who will it be this week? Again, this is 2008 Atlanta. So this is before the big repave. Throttle control will be a must here tonight. Classic saying is like driving with an egg underneath your pedal. You can't floor it here because you'll put it right in the wall. Coming out of the corners, you'll get some really great runs, but you got to learn how to control this horsepower, and that's been a key this season so far with our drivers. It showed at Daytona, and it really showed at Rockingham. Rockingham last week, you had 15 cautions, so a lot of work to do for these guys to turn this thing around. We're only 3 races in, but some concerns are rising with this group. But nevertheless, as always, I think they're going to get through this. It'll be pretty good. It'll be pretty good. Again, Atlanta is made for excellent racing here, especially with these Gen 4 cars, and I'm very interested to see what that's going to look like here tonight. Getting ready to go trackside as we are getting ready for qualifying. Let's see. We have Kenny Campos. Let's go with Big K. Got Kenny Campos. Here's lap 1, Team Realtree number 71, Kenny Campos. Campos with a 30.51. Good enough for 6. Kind of falling down. Let's see what lap 2 is going to look like. IDK, what my user is 42. Thank you for the follow. Bring us up to 709. Appreciate that. Sage Greco early here, 29.97. The first guy in the field to crack sub 30 time. Looks like 30.41 for Kenny Campos, good enough for 11. But he seems to be falling just a smidgen as drivers report in. Let's go with Joe Stafford. Joe Stafford coming out here. Big man from Philly going into 1 and 2 for lap number 1. In that 57 Ford Taurus. Oh, I missed him. Oh my God, it's awful. That's all right, coming out of 4. Not him, but me. Joe Stafford says Brewers scored 24 runs today. That's pretty dope. I actually didn't read the box score yet. That's awesome. Thank you for telling me that. Joe Stafford third so far with a 30 flat. 30 seconds flat. Good enough for third place so far in qualifier. Joe with a 30.06, still good enough for third. See what's going on with SDK today. It's having a great time, let me tell you. I love it. You sense the sarcasm in my voice. But Joe qualified, good enough for third here. And let's see who else we can find. Mike DeWalt in that FedEx Ground. Green, white, and black Chevrolet. First lap's going to be a 30-10. Ripping that high side. Just loves a good set of crab legs. Heading into 3 and 4. Mike again on race control last week. Had a busy night, all things considered. Coming across the start-finish line. 30 flat, bumping Stafford and taking the inside line in row 2 alongside Joe Stafford with a 30 flat is Mike DeWalt. One last person out there right now, Colby Hogan. Hell yeah, brother. In that DeWalt number 17 Ford Taurus. Always have started strong in the first 2 races of this season. Coming up short each time. Wonder what will happen for him this evening. And while I'm thinking about it, let's take a look at the penalty report. I don't have it documented, but looks like RP Allen will receive an L2 penalty for lack of awareness. Looks like they're going to get a 10-point penalty in EOL, so we'll see an EOL for them. Colby Hogan's going to get an EOL. Don Consdorf, Kyle Lowry as well, all will receive EOLs for tonight's race. So keep that in mind when we go to the grid. They're going to take uno momento, por favor, and get ready to rock and roll. We're getting set for 134 laps of green flag action. I've been told the fuel mileage for tonight is looking like about 35 laps. So I'll leave that up to you how you want to ballpark it. But it's race 3 of 25. Things are starting to shape up. Drivers are starting to blossom and flourish, showing their true colors. Again, it only takes a couple races to weed the bad ones out. We don't have a lot of bad ones this year. It's just, I think it's a matter of working together, racing together, rinse and repeat. Again, they have a lot of different tracks to go to across this schedule, 25 races. Next week is going to be in Martinsville. So if you haven't watched this yet or just tuning in, that is going to be interesting. Again, first time we're bringing back Martinsville in a couple years, so going to be on hand for that. But yeah, every Monday night all season long, catch the Gears Cup Series right here on Casa de la Horseboat, either on Twitch or YouTube for sure, and you know what, sometimes TikTok part-time. This shit sucks. In about 60 seconds underway, grab a beverage, use the restroom, and get ready for 134 laps for Atlanta for the Cracker Barrel 200, sponsored by HB Media. Again, you're watching the Gears Cup Series right here on the home. It's been the home forever here on Casa de la Horseboat. Again, tonight's race sponsored by HB Media. Big shout out to all of you who helped me out there and make that happen. Well, let's get ready for our grid walk here tonight. Trust me, I'm just as stoked as you are. All right. On the front row here tonight, the 20 Chevrolet of Sage Greco. On the outside of him, the 72 of Eric Royson, last week's winner. Row number 2, you have the 15 of Eric Sable. Outside of him, the 11 of Mike DeWalt. Row 3, not pictured, the 57 of Joe Stafford and the 21 of John Furness. Row 4, you have the 69 of Jonathan Militia and the 46 of Kyle Lowry. Row 5, you have the 33 of Christian Ruck-Regal and the 5 of Connor Rowe. In row 6, you have the 86 of Jacob Clemens and the 35 of Austin Thomas. In row 7, you have the 78 of Kyle Gray and the 24 of Quentin Stewart. In row 8, you have the 1 of Bryce Hamrick and the 67 of Josh Buckwheat. In row 9, you have the 51 of Steven Jr. and the 9 of R.P. Allen. In row 10, you have the 48 of Ethan Wisnowski and the 19 of Noah Moss. In row 11, you have the 88 of Brayson Ryan and the 45 of Kenny Lowry. Row 12, you have the 08 of Chris Willis and the 94 of Andrew Jones. In row 13, you have the 29 of Jeremy Eshelman and the 71 of Kenny Campos. In row 14, you have the 17 of Colby Hogan and the 22 of Clay Ayers. Row 15, you have the 13 of Nathan Fuller and the 41 of Fortson Poston. And last but not least, Kyle Munson and John Nunn, not pictured. As we are hot and ready to go, pace car is off again. Penalties tonight, you're going to see moving to the back. If they are here, R.P. Allen, Colby Hogan, Don Consdorf, Kyle Lowry. The only person I don't see here tonight is Don Consdorf. Again, you have 134 laps here. 35 laps of fuel if she stays green. and I am ever excited to get race 3 going here tonight. All right, let's get this music out of here. It is time. It is party time in Atlanta. The old saying, the office goes, the whole town is waxed. Redneck firefighter says, boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go racing. Pace car is off, and looks like we are set and ready to rumble. Green, green, green for the Cracker Barrel 200, sponsored by HB Media. Looks like everybody is good so far, so good. Nobody trying to lay the wood just yet. Looks like Mike DeWalt getting a little touchy fly out. Looks like everybody is going to be okay. Lap 1 looks very, very good for the Gears Cup Series. Eric Royce going back to what he did last week and lead the race. He is off and running. You got Royce, you got Greco, Sable, Furnace, and Stafford. Looks like everybody taking their sweet time. Running really well in the opening lap. Biggest mover so far, Kenny Lowry up 8 spots in that 45 machine. Right on board with Kenny. Running at 14. Again, you have 32 drivers in the field tonight. Super exciting here is John Furnace, Joe Stafford, and Austin Thomas. Connor Rowe to the inside, and then you have the 24. Looks like of Quentin Stewart and Jonathan Militia side by side. And here comes Kyle Gray in the 78 Triton. Black and orange Chevrolet. Oh, you see that Budweiser 67 getting a little loose coming out of forward into the triangle. You have to keep it together. Looks like that's Josh Butler. The first couple of weeks have been kind of shaky with this group. Couple concerns, but I think everybody got the memo for this week. Atlanta, you should be able to run competitively. You got enough room out there. Again, these cars, they will get kind of snappy loose here if you are not careful. And there we go. We just started talking about it. Josh Buckwheat. And it looks like Kyle Gray getting into each other. We're going to have to back that ass up and see what we can see. We're going to do that manually here for the Gears Cup Series. It's the replay first one of the night. That was intense. Just caught the edge of that. At least this is what I think brought out the caution. Boom. And just couldn't keep it together. It looks like Mike DeWalt getting involved. Oh, and the 19 of Noah Moss getting the heaviest part of it. Damn. Not sure what caused this here. Let's go to the MeetYourMom.com blimp cam. See what we can find here. Too many things open. Here we go. He was already getting a little loose coming out of 2. Coming up, trying to make friends, but Josh Buckwheat was already a little rattled that he was coming up. At least that's what it looks like to me. That's purely speculating. Getting a little wavy. You see that? Little wavy. And then this is where the shit happens. Almost clips the wall. The wall getting a little loose. 48 getting loose as well. Junior, the 9. But the 19 of Noah Moss getting the heavy dose here early on in this race. And again, that's what I'm talking about a little bit. Just giving each other a little bit of room. But it's early. It's an early night here at this track for the Cracker Barrel 200. You see there that Avenged Sevenfold machine, last week's winner at Rockingham. And that was a wild finish to an already wild race on the forefront of it. I can see him dominating this race here tonight. Now next week, all hell is going to break loose. I'm sure of it. For Martinsville, for the Dennis Hamlin tribute. I have my expectations are just, I don't know. I don't know what to expect there. These guys started off real strong, so I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt here. They've done a good job here starting the race. Let's pick it back up. They are good to go. Got a lot of good drivers in this field. Pace car is off. 72 of Eric Royce leading us back down, and we are green for the Cracker Barrel 200. And what a launch by Eric Royce. Just taking off, and down the road he goes. He is all the way down the track. Stafford side by side, Thomas and Furness side by side. Oh, Kenny Lowry back there getting a little loose out of 2. Right now, what you're watching here is a battle for third. Furness making it 3 wide. Stafford gonna play it safe out of there. That 57 car looks just fantastic in a Taurus this season. He has done a bueno job with that car. Whoever designed it. Ooh, Sable getting a little loose. And Napa Auto Parts 15. See Jonathan Militia right there as well. Let's ride on board with the man from Morrisville. If you have a choice, I'd probably choose something else. I would advise. but he's got that sponsor, Sable. He tried to go up high. Sable right there. He said, damn it, let me put it up there.
That's what she said.
Eric Royce, Sage Greco, John Furness, Joe Stafford, Austin Thomas, your top 5 currently with Jonathan Militia, Connor Rowe, Eric Sable, Bryce Hamrick, and Quentin Stewart, your top 10. Let's see what's exciting around here on the track. Looks like you have the 33 of Ruck Regal to the inside of Kenny Lowry, Jacob Clement, and that iRacing sponsor at 86 right there. I don't know what the hell's on Christian's car. I can't read what it is. You guys can see that depicted. That's awesome. Yeah, that's cool too. I can't squint enough for it. Here comes RP Allen in that SpongeBob themed machine. This is right now a battle from 11th to 14th. Oh, Clemens gets a little loose. Ruck Regal having a duck to the inside. Colby Hogan now all over them. Smart play to play the long game here. Clemens is on the verge of busting.
That's what she said.
Hogan now to the inside, trying to get around this chaos that the 86 is producing. Ruck Regal almost getting a touch. He might have touched him. And then you see 3 wide, just, no problem behind them. Between Walt Wisnowski and RP Allen. No big deal, no big deal. It looks like everybody's going to straighten out here for the moment. But man, do we have battles all over the track. Eric Royce sitting comfortably up in first right now with Sage Greco, John Furness, Austin Thomas, and Joe Stafford, your top 5. Connor Rowe and Eric Sable fighting for 6th currently. Wow. Sable comes up or washes up pretty, I don't know, goes up 3 lanes of traffic. I don't know. Sable again going to the inside of Militia. I don't think he's going to get him this time. They're going to be side by side with each other. Again, this is currently for 7th. Sable currently falling a little bit. Militia trying to take advantage. Not going to happen right now. Sable making the move. Looking on back again, we have Christian Ruck Regal under duress fighting with Kyle Gray. Kyle Gray, as you recall here, about 15 laps prior, getting in an altercation with Josh Buckwheat and then ending it with a Noah Moss sandwich. like they're doing all right. Moving up to 13th is Kyle Gray. But let's go back up here a little bit. With Colby Hogan, Quentin Stewart, Kenny Lowry. This is a battle Kyle Gray is coming up to right now. Colby Hogan in that 17 machine. He was up front fighting at the Rock. Got into some stuff. Then had to persevere and come back. Almost made something out of it, but just could not. Strong contender this year for the Cup Series championship. But he has to put it all together. Will tonight be the night? I don't know. But he's currently running 11th. One of our biggest movers of the night. And 26 of 134 in the books. I would imagine in between lap 45 and lap 50, we might see, if it goes green, our first green flag pit stops of the night. 3 wide for Kenny Lowry, Colby Hogan, and Kyle Gray. Yeah, these guys know there's a lot on the line every race. Every race is so important. You see them beating and banging. 78 and the 45. 78 going to make quick work of that, and up to 10 for Kyle Gray. Moving up now, seeing a look at Joe Stafford and Austin Thomas, John Furness, Sage Greco. This top 5 is cruising. Connor Rowe making no waves right now as well. Snap, he wipes number 5. At this track, especially on a long green flag run, you have to take care of those tires. If you do not, you'll find out pretty quick. Eric Sable, Bryce Hamrick, battling it out, dueling it out. Jonathan Militia here as well. And you may recall a couple laps ago we were talking about these fellers. But Sable looks like he's having a hard time keeping that 15 together. Maybe the outside line is a little bit more stable for him. We're about to find out coming out of turn 4. As Militia starts to walk away. Hamrick trying to complete that pass, will not be able to do it right now. See Sable roar back on the outside to go side by side. Hamrick should be able to get him here, though. And door has shut, but here comes the 78 of Kyle Gray. Brother from Green Valley, Missouri. Come to let all the bitches know he is here and he is ready for it. The march is on again. These guys are doing a miraculous job tonight. Fantastic. See what else is exciting. Looks like Quentin Stewart, Ethan Wisnowski fighting right here. Looks like with Kyle Lowry and Mike DeWalt. This is for 12 on back to 16th. Well, with Clemens there, it's 17. Right on board with the 86. And it looks like we have, Clayton Ayers, Jonathan Militia, Steven Jr. entering the pits, as is Bryce Hamrick. So we are starting to see, oh my God, that car is wild. Mike DeWalt going in as well. Pit stops are happening now, so maybe they did not take advantage of it right away and waited. Which, you know, good for them. They have about 5 sets of tires, so they should be good for this entire thing. Right now, Eric Roy's still out in front. Let's see what he sees on board that 72 event 7 Ford Taurus. See everybody start to fit there on your tower or your tree. And inside of 100 laps to go here at Atlanta. Eric Royce riding on board with him. Seeing how he's handling it. Doesn't sound like the car is under duress of any kind. Seems like he's very good at handling these Gen 4 cars. And taking care of his stuff. Seems to be proven here at the moment. Oh, wow. You see, we have another caution. Looks like Jonathan Militia, Corson Poston, and Jeremy Eshelman involved. So that'll be interesting to do. Interesting to see. Let's cue this up. And, oh wow! All right, we are good. Jeez Louise. Let's see what happened here. All of this. Let's see if we cut it back a little bit more. Wisnowski's the slow car. Looks like Militia just gets into Connor. And then Connor finishes the job. He's like, nah, it's not good enough. 94, 41. Oh! Brutal. Oh, man. Oh, man. It looks like they had it cleared up right here. They got to this point, and they're like, okay, maybe they can do it. And he's got it, and it looked like everything was good, and the Wisnowski looks like he was heading the pit. That's what I think was happening there. And then he just got his ass rammed. 94 comes in, 41 comes in, and Chris Willis miraculously able to slow down enough to get out of that. That is crazy, folks. Front end's missing aplenty, but they get that fast repair. We'll watch it one more time because that was amazing. It's right on board with Jonathan Militia. Oh, man. Had to come up a little bit, just clipped the 5. Trying to pit. Boom. T-bone steak. Damn. Oh, shit. It's just, that is Militia's luck, man. He just never can catch a break. At least it never seems like he can. So now anybody who didn't pit under green is going to get that opportunity here. Some of those drivers who did pit are going to get a chance to come in and maybe top off. But we're going to have some differences in who's got fresher tires. That 72 waited until that caution. He was lucky enough to get it. But nevertheless, we're inside of 100 laps to go again. Next week, Martinsville for the Dennis Hamlin Tribute 200. right here on Twitch and YouTube and TikTok. We'll be back on there next week. Taking a week off from that. We'll be excited to have you. Hopefully you'll be here and along for the ride for the Gears Cup Series Gen 4 season of 2026. All spring and summer long. Again, if you're interested in racing, want to know how to get in, you need a C license, and you'll need to be vetted by yours truly. Let me know in the chat if you're interested and you have iRacing. And we'll get you going in the right direction. And it looks like these guys are gridded up and ready to go. Looks like Eric Royce and Christian Ruckriegel. Or Kyle Gray, excuse me. Oh, looks like they're going to extend it. There we go. While they get gridded back up. They weren't going to make it. But that was quite the wreck, quite interesting.
Could you, like, see her boobs?
No, I didn't. So Eric Royce, Kyle Gray, Christian Ruckriegel, Ethan Wisnowski, Noah Moss, Chris Willis, Nathan Fuller, Kenny Campos, and John Furness with Sage Greco, your top 10. And I'm going to let the cars speak for themselves here on the restart. We used to do a thing called Loose and Loud. And we're going to give you a little bit of a different version of that. As we get set for green flag action. Let's go around the track. We get set for this restart of the Cracker Barrel 200. Jonathan Militia just can't seem to keep his car to himself tonight. 2 wrecks in a row he has caused. Oh, I'm talking shit about him and I'm wrong. Fortson posted. I was like, shit, he did it again. But no, he didn't. He was just collateral damage. Sorry, John, you're going to watch this back and get pissed. I apologize. Looks like between Kenny Campos and Fortson Poston, the second altercation in a row, I should say, getting involved in something tonight. Damn, look at how this went. Just went up, tapped him, off the wall he goes, and around they go. Militia, that's funny. My bad, brother. Like, oh, there he is. Let's see him do it again. What a jerk. But no, it's the 41. Juan Pablo Montoya. I mean, Fortune posted. But it looks like everybody is going to be okay, I think? Question mark? Let's back that up one more time. Huh. It looks like everybody's all right. As that front bumper is barely hanging on for Jonathan Militia. Well, I think this is caution number 4 here tonight. Restarts can be a killer. Think we can work through it together. Bring you guys in just a second. Let's see. It says third caution. I don't know if that's true or not. Hopefully you're having a great Monday night. Again, getting close to 9 o'clock on the eastern seaboard. Chugging along. But a little summary of tonight's race. Eric Royce has just been a dominator. He's had great restarts. Clean racing all around for him all night long. Kyle Gray has got in some trouble early in that first caution, but has come back to park himself on the front row and contend here for the lead on this restart. Then you have Christian Ruckriegel and Chris Willis, Nathan Fuller and John Furness. Noah Moss, again, got in some trouble, had to use his fast repair. Looks like he's good to go. Sage Greco, Joe Stafford, and Kyle Lowry with brother Kenny right there in position. Car lights are off. These guys are getting ready to go back to green flag racing. See if they can keep it that way. Closing in on lap 50 of 134. We are back to green flag racing for the Cracker Barrel 200. Are getting buck wild. Buck wild. Noah Moss dropping like a hot rock. Militia getting down and out of the way. Looks like Eric Royce and Kyle Gray getting away. And Furness having to battle these heathens behind him. Sage Greco is at 20. And it looks like we have another caution. See what the hell happened this time. Oh my God. What? I mean, come on. Oh man. And it looks like the 22 of Clayton Ayers, 24 of Quentin Stewart, and the 67 of Josh Buckwheat, all culprits in this one. 22 getting loose, hitting the 24, 24 with the 67, and they go for a ride of their lifetime. I love it how the front clip falls off and then magically appears back on. We'll come back and see that again. But for whatever reason, this Clayton Ayers just couldn't keep it together. Boom. And I believe everybody else was all right. Yeah, Clayton Ayers ended up walking away all right. Crazy, man. Just crazy. You would think, horse boat, how does this happen? Well, it's the little things with this car that you have to pay attention to, and if you don't, it can end up in a wreck. Again, getting a little loose in that middle lane. Now, I'm not going to sit here like he should have held that. I mean, it's these cars, it's the horsepower, it's what you think you can handle. Again, we just got back on the restart there, a few laps in, tires getting warm again. Maybe you just overdrove it. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm not in the driver's seat. But you know, these cars, they take a little bit more technical proficiency instead of racing a Gen 7 car. Gen 7 cars are just, I would dare to say, a lot easier to drive. These guys are a little bit more of a challenge. You got to keep your head on a swivel. One move, one wrong, little turn of the wheel, a little too much gas to send you around, or right hooking it into the wall. And taking maybe 30 of your best friends with you. Looks like pace car lights are off, and you know what that means. We're going to get back at it for green flag action. And welcome in. If you are in the chat, please say hello. I would love to hear from you, the viewer. Again, I do this solo, so any company is good company. Let me hear your thoughts. As I crack open another beer. But it looks like Eric Royce and Kyle Gray on the front row. John Furness, Christian Ruck-Regal, Chris Willis and Kyle Lowry, Nathan Fuller, Joe Stafford with Sage Greco and Kenny Lowry, your top 10. Fly Guy, what is up, my guy? Hope you are well, man. See you getting on that Black Ops 7 Warzone. Kind of lurking the other day. Actually, I think earlier today, maybe. Pace car lights are off. And we are back to green flag action. Got to get on some Arc Raiders again. It's been a minute. I was afraid to get into that game because I sucked in. It's bad. It's bad. Everybody seems to be getting along. For the moment, Eric Royce seems to have the meta right now around this track. Again, these are fixed setups, so not a lot you can do with it. But the drivers, each of them try to find maybe a little extra, a little something that might help them in the long run. This group here is the group to watch. This is A lot of heavy hitters. Fly Guy says, all is good, brother. Thank you. Hope all is well with you and yours. Yes, man. Doing all right. Wish the best for you, dude. It's always cool to see when you're on and streaming. Somebody is in the fucking grass. Who the hell is that? That is Andrew Jones, and I'm not talking about the baseball player. I'm talking about the Gears Cup Series driver in the grass. Man, we just did that. We're gonna have to landscape. We got to pay for that shit. Ah, damn it. Coming around for lap 58 of 134. Christian Ruckriegel right on board with him. We have another caution on the track. Austin Thomas, Jacob Clemens crash. Fantastic. Let's find out. Oh my God. Here we go. Oh my God. All right. See the sweet, sweet lovemaking. Oh, just enough to get him. Around he goes, and he's going to come back. Oh! Noah Moss looks like he's going to be done. Clayton Ayers involved. Jacob Clemens. Let's see the holy shit. We're going to have to back this up because we got to see that. You know we got to see that. Oh, they're already rubbing doors. Oh my goodness. And then, oh my God. The hood is up. And you know what that means, folks? It means your car is pretty fucked up. Let's back this up just for a smidge. You have Noah Moss there. Curious to what happened here. Looks like Kyle Munson. Let's see what happened. Yeah, and they just touched. Oh man. Oh. I am glad we don't need to clean this up on the track for real, because that was wild. We're going to back that up one more time. That happened so fast. 3 wide this turn. Everybody seems to be doing just fine. Boom, boom, domino effect. And that's all it took. Man, Clemens just T-boning the driver door of the 35 of Austin Thomas. That is brutal with a capital B.
Bruh.
For real. Yeah, Cracker Barrel 200 brought to you by HB Media here tonight. In 134 laps, race 3 of 25. Last week's winner, Eric Royce, currently in position for this one, has led most, if not all, the laps here so far at Atlanta and is continuing to dominate in spectacular fashion. We'll see how it closes out, but so far he has done a wonderful job. Outside of him to begin this restart, John Furness. John Furness has been up near the front in that Joe Camel 21. Christian Ruckriegel hanging around up there, starting in the inside of row 2. Outside of him is going to be Kyle Lowry, the 46, been hanging around the top 10 all night. You have Joe Stafford and Chris Willis in row 3, Kenny Lowry and Bryce Hamrick in row 4, with Sportson Poston and Jeremy Eshelman rounding out your top 5. I don't know why I said Wisnowski there in 29 before, but that is Jeremy Eshelman. My B. All right. Here we go. Green flag racing for the Cracker Barrel 200. I don't know how Royce does it, but he just has this ability to get a great jump on the restart. Look at these guys heading to one, Austin Thomas and company. And we got it again. Austin Thomas with Eric Sable. Man, I'm telling you. Somebody, and I'm saying somebody, needs to talk to somebody, because this is getting a little ridiculous. See Fuller having to react there, almost getting pounded.
Bruh.
I just don't get it. No words. No words. Again, looks like everybody got out of it okay. Just a bummer to see this happen. See if Sable was able to make it. No, he slapped the wall a little bit. Ever so gently. It looks like his car is okay. He's going to continue on. But if I was a driver, I'd be a little frustrated at the moment. They want to get on their horses and ride. I don't blame them. Going to take 30 seconds. Be right back for the Gears Cup Series. Cracker Barrel 200. All right, so Eric Royce and John Furness bringing it back here for the next restart. get set to start running back. Hopefully we can get some laps here under green. Flagman is ready. Flagman Freddy, I'm calling him. I don't know what his real name is. I think he does have a name, but we are back to Green Flag Racing. Eric Royce with, again, perfect launch. Joe Stafford creeping in. Might as well stay up near the front. That is where the cleanest racing has been, and we already have another accident. Jeremy Eshelman is around. The 94 is around of Andrew Jones. Let's see what has happened now. Oh, buddy. Eshelman just giving him a little push. And Eshelman getting Kyle Gray. Oh, man. Looks like Eshelman and Gray are getting the worst of it. But it looks like either they made contact. Let's back it up. Maybe they did. Oh, yeah. Definitely contact. And then Thomas getting Eshelman into Gray. Oh, man. And Kyle Lowry is lucky he didn't get taken out as well. Damn, man. That is a bummer. Kyle Gray trying to persevere through it all. And I don't know what the solution is. I hope they can find it. Some of these guys maybe just need a little bit more time in these cars. Yeah, as Kyle Lowry was right there ready to get collected. I think I'm saying the right guy. Yeah, I am saying the right guy. And then it's just unfortunate for Eshelman, Jones, and Gray. Looks like Jones actually, being the guy getting spun, that kind of helped him in that case. He didn't get his car damaged, ended up being all right. But unfortunately, the other guys paid the price for that mistake. Looks like Jeremy Eshelman. If there's any finger pointing in this one, I think Eshelman may be the blame for this one. Causing it. And then, oh man, Hamrick. Hamrick with the hesitation, the move of the night, in my opinion, so far. See them coming out of pit road now. Looks like Poston going to lead this lap, maybe if he doesn't pit now. But Hamrick doing a masterful job of avoiding that. And actually, let's go back to that because that was just impressive. Let's check it out from his perspective. Okay, went around once and then, I mean, he got into it a little bit, but wasn't enough to put him out. But it looks like we have a brand new group up front. Looks like Fortson Post and Sage Greco on your front row. Colby Hogan, Steven Jr. in row 2. Mike DeWalt, Nathan Fuller, row 3 with the Lowry brothers, or I think they're brothers, in row 4. Row 5 of Kenny Campos and Austin Thomas, and rounding out your top 10. Pace car is going to need some gas after this one tonight. Hopefully he's got some Sunoco fuel for that Mustang. Currently right now, Fortson Post and biggest mover of the night started in 30th, and here he is leading the race and restarting, spinning them tires on the launch. But it looks like he is going to be okay. And we are cooking in the Gears Cup Series restart. And trying to get some green flag laps in. Over halfway home. And everybody seems like they're racing like it's the last lap a little bit. Which I can enjoy, but with what we've experienced tonight, we can relax a little bit. I don't know. I know it's just me.
Would you like clear birds?
Sage Greco battling back. And he was your pole setter, that 20 car. Metallica Justice for All, Monte Carlo. Trying to make it hot. And doing a great job of that right now, taking over the lead and away from Forts and Post. Go where the stuff is hot. Looks like back here, John Furnace and Joe Stafford. This is for the top 10. This is the 10th currently. A couple of Ford Tauruses going at it. Bryce Hamrick, RP Allen right there in the 1 and the 9 car. And then you have 24 and the 18. Kyle Munson and Quentin Stewart. Sable trying to rebound. He's been in some rough situations tonight. Start up towards the front. Currently 14 places down where he began. Now in 17th. Kyle Munson, who started 31st, is up to 19th in that Busch Light machine. Excuse me, Bush. We're going to say Bush. Let's see what else is going on. Big shout out Steven Jr. right now, currently up to 7th. He started 17th. Having a good night in that 51 Chevrolet. We really got to get this guy a custom stamp because he deserves it. That Refuge Amon Gerbach. I think he's got my stuff on his car. If not, he needs to. Big shout out to Junior. Oh yeah, I see myself on that car. Oh yeah. It's my dog, Steven Jr. right there.
You better not get in my face. Because I'll drop that motherfucker.
John Furnace, Kenny Lowry, Joe Stafford, Steven Jr. all right there battling for the top 10. Looks like 7th all the way back to 11th. Mike DeWalt, we haven't seen much of him tonight up near the front, but he is starting to make the rise. The cream. Oh, shit. Christian Ruckriegel. What are you doing, brother? In the wall. And it looks like it's staying green for now. Trying to keep her straight. It looks like caution will not come out for Christian, but let's back this up and see what we can see here. And Eric Sable. It looks like Sable just said, see ya.
Gotcha, bitch.
put him out. That's crazy, man. You feel for a driver, especially in that situation. And if race control doesn't see it in the moment that it happened, they're pretty much SOL, man. With this league, what we do, oh my God, here we go. 3 wide, Eric Royce, Kyle Lowry, and John Furness. Chicken on goat, goat on chicken. Couple of pigs watching. Royce doing the smart thing, backing off a little bit, waiting his turn. Sage Greco out in front and dominating right now. With Colby Hogan right here in second. Colby Hogan again. Started with an EOL, has worked his way up into second, and has had a bueno time getting to the front. Heard Colby was having tech issues before the race. And I told him, man, he's gotta lay off the naughty stuff. He looks at weird stuff on the internet. That's all I'm gonna say. There's Eric Royce. Again, he has, if he got tires 10 lap pressure tires than the rest of the field in front of him. So as they continue to fall away, look for the 72 car to rise. I look forward to bringing you guys content here this year with MLB The Show 26. I'm going to do some time with Dynasty and I think some online rank play. I'm going to try to just use the Brewers and see how that works out for me. I should have no problem getting my ass kicked. Hopefully you guys can come around for that. I know baseball may not be everybody's thing. Also we were going to do some VR Horse Boat and Friends golf. But we might be finishing up the season, the tour with this and switching over to 2K25 golf. That has been in the works and discussion. I want to bring some more content that way as well, other than just racing. So again, if you're here and you like the racing, that's awesome. It's awesome. Maybe that's all you're here for. Great. But I would encourage you to stop back, say hello when I'm doing these other streams. I'm going to start scheduling them hopefully here sooner rather than later, so you know when I'll be here. I've been doing a lot of pop-up streams, and I know that isn't helpful at all to anyone. But just trying to bring more content, have some more fun here with Horse Boat. And the broadcasting future is bright. In 3 wide here, Bryce Hamrick, Mike DeWalt, RP Allen. Mike DeWalt in that 11, currently in 11th. Now, I hate FedEx because of who they are, but that car is a great scheme and great design, great choice for tonight's race. See what else is exciting here just ahead of him. We're looking at this battle here between Mike DeWalt and RP Allen. Quentin Stewart right there as well, with Chris Willis to the inside of him. In the inside of him. Just kidding.
That's what she said.
Looking up towards the front, Fordson Poston now able to stay out of trouble, currently 4th place and having a good time. Sage Greco holding it down in front of Colby Hogan, extending that gap. And a big shout out to Nathan Fuller and that Majors Garage Esports machine, Horseboat and Friends theme machine. Majors Esports Chevrolet. Currently up to third right now. Started 29th. Working hard here in the closing laps at Atlanta. Inside of 50 laps to go. Halfway decent race here for the year for Gears. Battle continues here. Eric Sable, looks like Connor Rowe is a lap down. Not a lap down, but off the pace. No, lap down. Sorry. Talking a lot of shit. I don't know. Some drivers here, you see this battle for sixth. Royce is going to take this over easily. Kyle Lowry in the wall. We have another caution. Let's see what this is. Kyle Gray and Kenny Lowry have crashed. Let's back that ass up and see what we can see on the Gears Cup Series instant replay. Awesome. Oh, shit. Kenny Lowry. Oh, no. RP Allen and Kenny Lowry. Quentin Stewart. Holy guacamole. Oh, man. Back it up. Oh, RP Allen just bounced off the wall, took Lowry, took Stewart. And let's check on Stewart up here towards the front. Man, wow, he bounced off that wall. He tried to avoid it. I mean, he did the best that he could to keep it off the wall. Didn't take anybody else with him. Damn, dude. Everybody off of pit road. Yeah, and I will say this has been a better race for these guys. Still a lot of work to do here over the course of the season. The competition is there. Competitive drive is there. Just keeping it together is what they'll work on and get through. Again, these cars are so touchy. Again, if you haven't had a chance to try these cars on iRacing, I do implore you to do that. Implore you to do that. If you say, "Oh, I could handle that," I would beg to differ. Some of these tracks with these cars, the package that they put in with the car at this track, you'd have a better chance surviving super speedway than you would a race like this. Looks like Greco and Colby Hogan are going to lead us off in this restart. But again, I would give the car a try. I would give these cars 2 thumbs up. I have both the Taurus and the Monte Carlo. They are amazing. Fun cars to drive. And you say, Horseboat, why do you have both? because I like both cars. Just a good time. A good place in time. Again, Greco and Hogan to lead us off. Who is going to score a win?
We're finally gonna score.
Could Royce go back to back? Are we going to have a new winner here tonight? Greco leading us off, 96, 97 of 134, and he's shot out to the lead to start this race again. No need for urgency just yet. Oh, we've got action already. Yep, there he goes. Kyle Lowry, Mike DeWalt, Steven Jr. Holy shit, Jacob Clemens. Oh, look at this. We've got cars riding on cars. Hot damn. Wow. I was just as horrified as anybody else.
Yeah. Gentlemen, start your engine. Geese Racing League, you already know. Yo.
Yeah, there we go. We got to back up and see Kyle. Kyle was the culprit here. Dealing with Eric Royce. 41 was getting a little loose, but Royce and him get connected. Royce, oh, into the wall. Clips DeWalt. And then that's when all hell breaks out behind him. You got Clemens get caught up in this, trying to maybe just didn't want to slow down. Oh, he panicked. Clearly he looked like he panicked. And then carrying Steven Jr. with him. Eshelman getting a little bit. Brayson Ryan getting a little taste. Man. Man. That's all I can say is man. Take 30 seconds. We'll be back for the Cracker Barrel 200.
Vintage vibes with a modern snap. Racing hard, still can't spell telemetry. Broadcast clean, but the wreck's a felony. Chat popping off like popcorn grease. Who caused that whole lobby silent, please? Door to door, paint trading like Pokemon. Leader sweating bullets, I'm mirroring his line. Final lap, breathing like I ran a mile. One push the pass left. This my villain arc now. Yellow flag dreams, green flag nightmares. Restart stack tight like IKEA chairs. Someone jumped at someone spun. Race control said, nah, that one's fine. Run, gears it back. Yeah, gears it back, baby. Going Gen 4, getting real crazy. Throw a crap, babe, throw it back, girl, throw it back. Tired, screaming, please relax. Gears it back, girl, gears it back. Check the flag vibes, let me have that. Gears it back, girl, gears it back. Flag vibes, let me have that. Final lap, give a little more. White flag waving, crowd want war. This bitch is at my door. It's P1 Gears Racing League, yeah, we already won.
Again, this incredible view brought to you by meandyourmom.com. Bringing you the Blimp Cam. Again, use promo code DVDA for your first purchase. Get 50% off. Providing the aerial coverage for the last 5 years. Great partnership. MeandYourMom.com. Love the work that they do. Sage Greco and John Furness going to lead us back off with Colby Hogan and Joe Stafford. Eric Sable and Fortson Poston with Kenny Campos, with Chris Willis, Nathan Fuller, and Kyle Lowry rounding out our top 10. Pace car looks ready. I'm ready. Hopefully you're ready. Close this thing out. Again, Martinsville on the docket next week. That is sure to be interesting. Hamrick entering pit road as we go back to green flag racing. Sage Greco leading the show. Eric Royce getting the raw end of that. Looks like he's got his fast repair and he's used it. But it's unfortunate that he had to in that circumstance. But Greco leading the way here with Furness in tow. $32 laps to go for the end of this one. Starting to get down to crunch time. Greco has had a fast car. It seems to me that Royce has a better long-run car. It'll be interesting to see how this works out. Royce already cooking and back up to 6th. It's crazy what that fast repair gets you when we have 30 laps to go. Able to get that car fixed so quickly. Next time it won't be so lucky. Typically with Gears, and if you watch it back on YouTube, again, you can watch Gears Racing League on YouTube. Almost every race from the past 5 years we've ever done. We don't typically use fast repairs. It's not something we would typically allow, but for these cars, it almost seemed like a must. Just with how these cars can operate, or be sometimes you get something funky happening. Again, with this update, it seems like these cars run really well, and they continue to get better as they improve. Again, a lot of us question, well, why wasn't this car in the game from 20 years ago? Put the car in the game. I say 20 years ago, but like 10 years ago. A question, I believe, came up. Now that we have them, we're grateful. Just hopefully they continue to improve them. Connor Rowe back on the lead lap and trying to cook around Kyle Munson. Let the man cook. And Connor Rowe, your Daytona winner in that P-Wipes number 5. Trying to climb back up towards the front, started in 10th. Currently 13th. Let's look up towards the front yet again, shall we? John Furness, Sage Greco, 1 and 2. Joe Stafford in the 57 right there in 3rd with Eric Sable and Eric Royce. your top five. And looking outside of the top five, trying to crack it, Colby Hogan trying to get his first win of the year. Would be a big weight off his shoulders. Bragging rights and breathing room. They would love it. Now Royce, not a sight you want to see in front of him right now. 15 has been into some stuff. Again, 15 car, a very good driver. Just, you've seen a lot of them in that Napa know-how tonight. Looking in front of him, you have Joe Stafford turning it on. Again, maybe they're not turning it on yet, but it's going to happen here soon. Got to do something. Sable to the inside. Trying to see what is popping. Both drivers last pit on lap 94. As we go down towards the end of this race, if it stays green, gas will be a factor. The only man that I would believe is good is Eric Royce in the top 10. Maybe Nathan Fuller as well. John Furness, as we are talking, has taken the lead back over, or has taken the lead, I'm sorry, and is putting down some laps. John Furness in front in that 21 Ford Taurus. And here comes Eric Royce, passing both Eric Sable and trying to get Joe Stafford, but it's not going to be easy. Colby Hogan in this fight as well to the inside. You can tell the drama is getting real. It is getting hot and heavy. Thank you. $20 laps to go. Again, this might be the beginning of the sparring that is going to take place, and you've got to keep Eric Royce in your rearview mirror, right? Here's Colby Hogan's thoughts, live thoughts.
Better not get in my face. Because I'll drop that motherfucker.
Live look on board with Colby Hogan right now. And steady as she goes with this car. For him, I think a top 5 would be amazing for him on the season. Stay up here. Put good laps together towards the end. Eric Royce pushing that car. You can tell, driving it off the corner, getting sideways. The tension continues to build. Eric Sable touching the left rear fender, or left rear corner panel, excuse me, of the 72. Letting him know he's there. Sage Greco looking to make a play again for the lead, running that bottom line. Again, both drivers have had incredible cars all night long. And Joe Stafford is kind of the medium between 4th and 5th, running in 3rd right now. But it looks like the other guys are slowly fading away from him. They're pushing it. And Stafford kind of keeping steady with the leaders, trying to reel them in. But again, I think, looks like Christian Ruckriegel. Oh, no, I think that was from before. We're not going to go back to that. Excuse me. But I think fuel is going to be a factor. And I don't know if they know it amongst each other, but Eric Royce may be 1 lap to the good or maybe dead on. Now, I may be completely wrong. I don't think that I am. I could be wrong. You never know. John Furness, Sage Greco, again, 1 and 2. Joe Stafford slowly closing in on these guys. Then you got Colby Hogan, Eric Sable, and Eric Royce. Royce not going away without a fight. Pushing it in these cup cars. And it is wild. Ruckriegel just trying to get out of the way, trying to score some points here. Oh, Colby Hogan, and around he goes. 17. Trying to hold it together. Looks like he's going to be okay. Caution is going to come out, and that changes the ball game. Oh, man. And that is a bummer. Take a look from the MediaMob.com blimp cam. He's tried to save it. Both the other drivers trying to be courteous of that. See them all get on the brakes and check, check, check. See from Sable's perspective. Yeah, he just bumped him at the end, but that's just because he had no other choice. It was happening right in front of him. Gonna love how these cars sliding out, and then yep, just 100% on the 17. Back it up one more time. See it from the onboard of Eric Sable. Again, seen a lot of this 15 Napa know-how, but he's hanging around. Could be in victory lane here tonight. We will see. Again, working around lap traffic. 17 just getting loose, hitting the wall there, and then, yeah, back end coming out and away from him. Unfortunate for Colby Hogan. Looks like everybody's coming down pit lane besides, looks like Furness? No, everybody's fine. Looks like Junior's hanging out. He believes he's good. Possibly. And why not get some tires while you can? Furness firing off quickest out of pit road. With Stafford to Walt, Greco, Sable, Royce, Fuller, and Rowe. Again, Gears Cup Series post-race show to follow. So stay tuned for that. Also, next week is going to be the Dennis Hamlin Tribute 200 at Martinsville. Same bat time, same bat channel. Come and hang out with us. We will be happy to have you across Twitch, TikTok, and YouTube. And all season long, you're home for the Gears Cup Series. And it looks like Steven Jr. is going to hang out and stay out. And trap pretty much Brayson Ryan and John Militia. Are they going to get wave around? Looks like they will. No, they're dropping to the end of the field. Yeah, it looks like they will be dropping to the end of the field, as Steven Jr. did not pit, which means they did not get a wave around. Update on John Nunn. Reason why he did not start here tonight is someone hit a power pole and knocked his power out by his house. That is a bummer. Damn, girlfriend, that sucks.
Bruh.
But Steven Jr. trying to hold the fort down for that Amon Gerbach Refuge Chevrolet. Oh, shit, and off he goes. Well. I don't know what the fuck happened there, but we'll check that out. Jacob Clemens says, check chat, Brody. Oh, on my last track, my screen froze the start line. Damn. That sucks. Furness and Stafford out in front now, as we have 6 laps to go for the Cracker Barrel 200. And it looks like we have another yellow flag. I'm not sure who it was. Oh, it looks like Eric Royce. Eric Royce getting some meat thrown on his grill. Let's back that ass up and see what we can see. Jeremy Eshelman and Kyle Munson. Let's see this. Should be a good one. The trial was fun. Royce trying to make some room around Munson, and then Eshelman just gets caught up in it. And let's see what else happened here. Let's see what additionally happened. Oh, snap. Boom. Yeah, that's unfortunate. That is unfortunate for the 29 team. Again, some guys had aspirations of bringing home the checkered flag here tonight. It's not going to be. And this is going to take us, I would imagine, to a green-white checker here. Yeah, Royce getting caught up in that. And Royce now, his car is pretty much in trouble. Going back-to-back tonight is going to be very difficult. Very, very difficult. Oh. Bummer for the 72. But this looks like a race between John Furness and Joe Stafford. Could not have shaped up any better for these two guys. But then you see Eric Sable, you see Connor Rowe, you see Mike DeWalt, all right there. This is anybody's ball game here to end the evening. Again, brought to you by HB Media, the Cracker Barrel 200 for the Gears Cup Series. Next week, again, the Dennis Hamlin Tribute 200 in Martinsville. Same bat time, same bat channel. I hope you're just as excited as I am for the conclusion of this one. So again, your top 10 as we re-rack and get back to green flag action. For a green-white checkers, you have John Furness in that Camel 21, Joe Stafford outside of him in the 57. Row 2, you have the 15 of Eric Sable and the 5 of Connor Rowe. Row 3, you have the 11 of Mike DeWalt and the 08 of Chris Willis. In row 4, you have the 41 of Fortson Poston and the 13 of Nathan Fuller. And then in the row 5, and rounding out your top 10, the 46 of Kyle Lowry and the 20 of Sage Greco. Looks like Steven Jr. is right there. Looks like trying to log a top 15. Colby Hogan in the back, notably. We are on the verge of possibly having a first-time Gears Cup Series winner. Or first-time Gears Cup Series Gen 4 winner this season. But pace car lights are off, and you know what that means. That means it's about to get real fast for the Cracker Barrel 200. The conclusion, we are green flag racing with 2 laps to go. If we make it around one more time, and we won't. Kenny Campos, Steven Jr. says, hold my beer. Brayson Ryan involved in that Nationwide 88. Good golly, Miss Molly. Let's back it up. Well, that got real stupid real fast. And Austin Thomas looks like he took it upon himself there. Again, no slight to Austin, but he was trying to make a move. I don't know what he was trying to do there. Again, it's racing. It happens. Just unfortunate. Looks like Kenny Lowry getting involved. Some good cars in that group getting caught up in this. Again, restarts have been a known killer here with this field so far this season. And creeping up here when it means the most. It's unfortunate, but the reality of what we are dealing with. And I'm sure these guys will get it. We'll watch it again one more time. Again, just simply on the restart. You know, it looks like for whatever reason, Steven Jr. just wasn't on it. And Austin was not prepared to check it. Again, it's unfortunate, but the reality of the situation. But for Joe Furness, this is lining up great. Joe Stafford there, Eric Sable. And this will be Gears Cup Series, I think, green-white checker number 2. Race Control, if you're watching, please feel free to check me on that one. Again, big shout out to my guys at HB Media, especially Ryan Robertson over there sponsoring this race, putting it on, putting his hard-earned money into sponsoring this. Big shout out to you, brother. Hopefully you are well. Again, he's been sick lately, so hopefully he's recovered. Back on the prowl for some tortas. So on the front row, again, you see John Furness in that 21, the 15 of Eric Sable, 57 of Joe Stafford, and the 5 of Connor Rowe, the 13 of Nathan Fuller, and the 08 of Chris Willis, the 46 of Kyle Lowry, and the 11 of Mike DeWalt, with the 41 of Fortson Poston, and the 20 of Sage Greco. Again, all they need to do is take the green flag and get to the white flag, and they'll run it back around, and whoever wins crosses that start-finish line first. And it's been a long evening for these guys. But they look to finish strong. Pace car lights are off. And we are green for the Cracker Barrel 200, hopefully for the last time. See Furness using that inside line. Holding strong, but Sable coming on strong on the backstretch. These guys can get to the start-finish line. It will be a battle to the end. Sable closing the door. Sable out in front, taking the white flag. And he is trying to take it all the way home. Stafford, everybody pushing it to the limit. He's the 94 going off screen. Getting smoked. But your winner here tonight in the Napa Know-How 15 Monte Carlo, it's going to be Eric Sable, the Cracker Barrel 200 winner. Left-hand side of your screen is the unofficial top 20 there. But Eric Sable gonna get his first win of the season. Not without a little controversy. But a win is a win is a win. Big shout out to Sable, Furness, and Stafford. Gonna get a short post-race show for these guys. Get you set up and teed off for next week. And we'll see if we can get these guys in the booth. All right, soon we get him in here. Let's go with Joe Stafford. Joe, finishing third here tonight, my man. Hopefully you are doing well. Again, can't really be too mad at it, but how do you feel your night went?
Yeah, good talking to you, Tom. Finally this year, first time this year. My night went pretty good. It was up and down. Was in the back, was in the front a little bit. I can't complain with the third place. I'm happy with it.
Yeah, I mean, there was a lot of action that was occurring on the track, and kind of walk us through the last 5-10 laps there with those cautions. What was going through your mind? Did you think you had a shot?
Yeah, I kind of wanted it to go green there with that one longer run there at the end. I think we were all fuel saving, or at least I was, and I was going to be close, and it was going to be interesting. But yeah, I was hoping at least that one caution with like 10 laps to go would go to the end, but It is what it is. I feel like we're getting better, the drivers wise. We do need to clean up a lot, and it is on us on why the racing has took a hit so far this year. I think there's a lot of new drivers and a lot of guys that have been around, and yeah, we'll get better. I think it's getting better.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with you. I think, there's some points in the race where you're like, man, I just wish we could have got a little bit more out of that run. But you're absolutely right. Again, congratulations, Joe, on a third place finish. Anybody want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you to Chester Water Authority. Shout out to my parents. Shout out to John and my friends if they're watching still. And shout out to you for broadcasting.
I appreciate you, man. Joe and the fam, especially all the Stafford fans in the house. Congratulations on a third place finish. You put on a show tonight in that 57. Congratulations, man.
Thank you.
See you on the next week. And it looks like we don't have John Furness, so we're going to go right to the man that won, Eric Sable. Sable got caught up in a lot of shit tonight, but you're able to throw it down with a victory. How are you feeling that last 10 laps?
Holy moly, what a night. Coming from a lap down twice, and this Napa Chevrolet was honestly a solid top 10 car, honestly. But I knew if I got him on the restart, I had my good friend Tim in my ear all night long trying to just guide me through this car and this track. And man, I got side by side with him into turn 1, and I knew if I was side by side outside turn 2 with him, I knew I had it in the bag. So what a night.
Yeah, I mean, it was, these cars are tricky to drive. And, some people, may look at this broadcast and go, wait, why are these guys wrecking? But these cars are touchy. Am I right? I mean, these cars are harder to drive than a Gen 7 car.
Gen 7 and this car actually takes some skill to drive. The Gen 7, I mean, when I tell you can be sideways, you actually have to be, throttle control with these cars. It's insane. You have to really watch your tires, and there's a lot of different, things you have to watch out for with these cars. It's just hell of a lot of fun. There's no doubt in my mind going up against the fierce competitors within Gears Racing League. I am so proud of not only myself, but my good old friend Tim that was in my ear all night long. He helped me tremendously, and man, it feels good to be back in victory lane with this Napa 15 car. And yeah, broadcast was great. I was listening to it all night long. You do a fantastic job as always. So yeah,
hey, man,
appreciate all of you.
I may give you a hard time, but congratulations on your first win here this season. Anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Honestly, you guys, everybody that puts this Gears Racing League, on every week in, week out, the broadcast team, you do a fantastic job, just like I said. And yeah, let's just go on next week and have a lot of fun.
Yeah, Martinsville is on the table. Hopefully you're hungry for some short track action. Again, congratulations here on your victory for the Cracker Barrel 200 tonight. I said victory. But again, Eric, you're the man. Enjoy this week.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Have a good day.
You too. Thank you. And that's going to do it here from Atlanta Motor Speedway. This was fun. I mean, again, you just go, damn, I just wish we could have got a little bit more here and there through these runs. But you can hear the positivity in the voice of these drivers. They are the voice of the Gears Cup Series. See a lot of positivity there. And so I got to take a little bit of positivity with that. Again, a couple more cautions than I would have it, but appreciative of the support again tonight. Oh, Mon Green rated with a party of 11. Man, I'm just ending the show. I apologize for that. Maybe I can give you a little bit of something here tonight. Let's see if I can find you a good wreck. I think this is the one. We'll go back to this. Let's circle back to this together, folks. While you're here, I will take you through it because I appreciate the raid. Thank you for the raid. I appreciate that. Here's one of the wrecks here tonight. I'll back it up just a little bit. Quite interesting how this went down. See a little touch, a little tap there. It looks like Steven Jr. We'll back that up one more time. Hey, what's up, Amon Atomic? You guys rock. I'm just about to end my stream. I apologize for that. But yeah, it looks like here on the restart here, Austin Thomas just gets into it. Kenny Campos, Kenny Lowry going for a ride. And a gangbang orangutan. It's just quite wild. Another one will go up a little bit more. Looks like Jeremy Eshelman. This wreck was quite interesting as well. We'll back it up a little bit more. Yeah, this one was just plain wacky. Eric Royce, Jeremy Eshelman. Hot action there. Take you through. See if I can get you one more. That was interesting. At least I found that was interesting. Oh, yeah, I think this one. This one was definitely. I think this was it. Boom. Yeah, that was the one. Yeah, that was the wild one with Plemons. Just an innocent bystander through all of this. Action happening in front of him. He's trying to avoid it all. Lowry getting in trouble. Boom, boom. And then Plemons giving a ride to Steven Jr. in that 51. Probably one of the best ones of the night. But again, that's going to do it from Atlanta Motor Speedway. Again, next week, and I'll bring that graphic up for you. Again, next week is going to be the Dennis Hamlin Tribute 200, March 23rd. Going to be on Twitch, YouTube, and TikTok. Be sure to tune in for that. Again, thank you for watching. If you haven't followed, go ahead and give that one if you like what you see. But again, as always, I appreciate the support. Again, Cracker Barrel 200, sponsored by HB Media. Signing off for the week. Have a wonderful work week. We will see you right back here next week for Martinsville for the Dennis Hamlin Tribute 200. Again, have a great week. We'll see you again soon.